Good afternoon, warriors. Fernando here, God's prepared warrior, and I am coming to you today to talk to you about water. Guys, if there's anything that I can tell you is that water is life. Repeat with me. Water is life. This is important because when disaster strikes, the most critical resource kind of isn't food. I mean, food is kind of up there. We got to eat. I get that. It's not even fuel, but we kind of need fuel to cook our food, maybe even heat water. But water is life, right? It's water. Water is the key for us to continue, because the human body can only survive about 3 days without it. And so it's really important for us to think about water, right? And in many emergencies, clean water becomes scarce, right? Faster than anything else. So how do we prepare for that? If a situation happens and, we're without water, what do we do? Well, right now, while we have water, the number one thing is to store it, right? Aim for at least 1 gallon per day per person. And when I say that, that's drinking water. That is not water for cleaning yourself. That's not water for the toilet. That is totally separate. This is to survive, right? So if you're thinking about that, you also going to need water for the other, right? Store it in food grade containers. That's an important thing also, right? You don't want things to bleach into your water, your water that you're storing. So make sure that it's food grade containers. Keep them in a cool and dark place. Another thing you can get is a filter, right? You can invest in portable water filters, for purifying your water. You can also buy your purification tablets. Those work as well. Even as simple as a life straw. I have that in my get home bag, or maybe a Sawyer Mini. They can turn unsafe water into drinkable water. Or if you have the means and the know-how to filter it with, items from the earth, there's a lot of videos on how you can do that. The tripod system where, you have rock, you have dirt, you have charcoal, all that stuff, and it all kind of collects through there, and then you boil it, right? Do that because you want to be able to filter your water, right? The next thing you want to do is collect, right? Collect, rainwater. Create a harvesting system, or a collapsible water. Use collapsible water containers to help collect water, right? These are excellent long-term solutions. Don't forget, you are going to have to rotate, right? You're gonna have to check on your stored water, every 6 to 12 months to keep it fresh, right? So make sure you're rotating it. Why does this matter? It is very important, right? In every crisis, whether a grid failure, natural disaster, or maybe even civil unrest, because it looks like that's the thing that could happen, right? Those who secure water first are the ones who are going to endure. So just think about that statement, right? If we're ahead of the game, we're going to endure, because water is life, right? Remember, John 4:14 says, "But whosoever drinks the water that I give them will never thirst." That's so important to know. Yes, we in the physical have to collect water because water is life, not only in the physical, but the Word of God, right, is also, the life-bringing to all of us. And so when we understand that God is the giver of life, we need to trust in Him fully. So, guys, stock up on your water and make sure you're rotating it and all that good stuff. Guys, hopefully this helps you. This is an important thing I think that we need to look at, that we really don't think about, because if the grid goes down for whatever reason, we're going to need to have a stockpile of water. Have a great Wednesday, guys, and hope to see you on the next video. Fernando out.